it could come in at any moment, and what makes it come in faster is you persisting in the end and embodying the version of you who already has it, and imagining that you already have it and stepping into that version of you that already has it and sensing that it's yours. Hey, welcome back to my channel. It's Hillary Jubilee. If you're new, we talk about manifestation, conscious creation, and the law of assumption. If you are interested in those topics, please hit subscribe and like, and we'll get into it. Before we do, I just wanted to update you guys on the Everyone Is You Pushed Out challenge that I had done a few weeks back. And if you haven't checked it out, I do have a playlist listed on my channel with all of the videos there. It's a 14-day challenge, just manifesting some little things to prove that the law is real to us and to prove that everyone is you pushed out. Anyway, one of the days was Marilyn Monroe, and it took me a while to get Marilyn Monroe, and I did get her in a movie I was watching called Deck the Halls, which is actually really good. And I just wanted to say that in the last 3 days, I got another 2 Marilyn Monroes. One, I was watching a YouTube video and somebody had it on their wall, a picture of Marilyn doing the typical dress thing. And then I went to an appointment today, and I go there many times. I've been there many times, and I just today noticed that they have a massive Marilyn Monroe portrait on the wall, and I've never seen it before, and I've been going there for many months, and I just saw it today. So yeah, that was my update. If you haven't checked out that challenge, definitely do so. So let's get into the video. Today's video is about what to do when you don't see any evidence, how to deal with that time lag when you're manifesting, that kind of stuff. So when you are in the reality where you see no evidence, so if you're clicking on this video, either you feel stuck, or you are trying to manifest something, you don't see any evidence for it, you may be looking for evidence. So with the whole ignoring the 3D thing, so you want to become really indifferent to how your 3D circumstances look. It's just a reflection of how you've been being. So it's just your mirror, right? It's just showing you where you've been at dominantly. So, to react to the mirror, to break the mirror instead of changing your own face, it's always point that finger back within. There's nothing to be mad about. There's nothing to get, crazy about. It's just a reflection of how you've been, who you've been being, how you've been thinking, what your state of being has been dominantly over the last little bit, and all we must do is shift from within. So with your ignoring the 3D thing, really start to see your circumstances as neutral. It's no big deal, it's just information. You can look at it as just information. So if we can just neutralize the emotions we attach to all of these things, it wouldn't bother us so much if we didn't, make it mean so many things about ourselves and mean so many things about our life. Just a reflection. It's just a reflection of our thoughts. And with there not being any evidence or no movement, there's no such thing as no movement. There's always movement. Everything is just energy. So energy is literally, particles moving. That's all it is. Particles are moving, and they don't stop moving. There is literally never no movement because energy is always moving. You may not perceive any changes or movement in you from your limited human perspective, but behind the scenes, things are always moving. It's literally particles of energy moving around. So all you have to do is shift from within, shift your energy from within to affect things out there, which really everything is yourself pushed out. There is no out there, but to shift your 3D experience, you have to shift from within. So when we don't see evidence, what we don't want to do is keep checking for evidence. Number one, never just keep checking for evidence, because if you're checking for evidence, it means you're in lack. You're not living from the end, right? If you're looking around for it, why don't I see any evidence of this? This is so frustrating. I'm not good at manifesting. Now you're in a spiral of, affirmations or a train of thought that is embodying a state of being that does not serve you. So you always just, is this serving me? Does this thought serve me? Is this thought true? Because a belief, something you believe, a belief is just a thought that you continue to think, a la Abraham Hicks. Don't question if you're doing it right. Don't look for evidence. Those are the two things you don't want to be doing. All you have to do is keep recalibrating to the end goal. The only reason it takes longer and longer is because you keep getting diverted by, you're getting distracted by adverse circumstances, you're second guessing yourself, you're in self-doubt. Make that choice. I'm worthy. The law of assumption works for me just as well as it works for anybody else. There are no exceptions to the law. If I persist in my end, I will get to my desire. Because if you are second guessing and you're wondering if you're doing it right and looking for evidence, like checking your phone for a text or whatever, just obsessively checking the 3D for evidence, this is keeping yourself in lack. So if you're thinking, where is it? Why don't I have it yet? Or I wish I had it. If you're thinking of the end rather than from the end, you're thinking of it from your state of being and you feel a distance from it, from where you stand and from where it is, seems very far away and, abstract, then you're thinking of it and not from it, right? You're not thinking from the end, you're thinking of the end. So wishful thinking, you're wanting it, you're lamenting for it, you're complaining you don't have it. I wish I had it. That's all lack, right? So what we want to do is shift it to, I'm grateful that I have it. I'm so glad I have it. I know it's coming. It's inevitable that it's coming. My success is inevitable. I know that if I persist, I will experience my desire. So with the time lag, if you're trying to manifest something and you've scripted, you've affirmed, you've done meditations, you've visualized, and you're looking around and you're saying this is taking a long time, with the time lag, you just have to have the wherewithal to persist through that because, it could come in at any moment. And what makes it come in faster is you persisting in the end and embodying the version of you who already has it and, imagining that you already have it and stepping into that version of you that already has it and sensing that it's yours, knowing that it's yours, choosing to believe that it's yours. So when you divert from that path and you divert from the end, you are prolonging the time. When you're paying attention to time, you're prolonging the time. So let's just drop all of the rest of the crap and persist in the end. And it's just recalibrating. When you're, Abraham Hicks talks about this a lot, this example where, you put your final destination in the Google Maps and it will tell you the path of least resistance of the quickest way to get there. So, if you are constantly looking around, not paying attention to the map and you're just I'm just going to go this way, I'm going to go that way, it will keep on recalibrating the path so that you will eventually get to what you want. So checking for evidence and wondering about time and complaining, it's all just you're just taking a turn away from the way that it's telling you to go. It's just keep focused on where you're going, keep your eyes on the freaking map, keep your eyes on the road. We're going full speed ahead to the end and we feel good about that and we're going towards the end. But all of these other things, wondering where it is, comparing yourself to others, all that stuff, that's, it's going off the path of you're creating more resistance. You might still get there. You will still get there eventually if you persist, but going back and forth with all of these other energies where you're lack energy or not believing in yourself or all of these things. And obviously we're human. So, and if you're just new to manifesting, you might need to go through that, and we all go through that, but just keep coming back to the end. Wait, what do I want? Oh yeah, I want this. Let's embody the version of me who already has that. Let's feel into that. What would it feel like if I already had that? And let's step into that version of me no matter how many times it takes. Neville says 70 times 7. If you have to step into the state, you just don't give up. You just keep stepping no matter how long it takes. It looks like a time lag. No big deal. I could do this all day. It should feel good too. You're embodying a new version of you that is, leveled up in some way, that has something that you desire. And you just want to practice feeling that wholeness and practice feeling that wholeness and practice feeling the feelings of already having it. And the affirming and the visualizing, the affirming and the visualizing should feel good to you. It should not feel like a reminder of what you don't have. If it does feel like a reminder of what you don't have, and whenever you affirm something, it seems far-fetched and out of reach, then you might want to try manifesting in steps and come down a little bit. I've been reading Amanda Frances's book. It's called Rich as Fuck, More Money Than You Know What to Do With. It's really, really good. There's just endless gems in there. And she talks about find something that you can get behind. So she talks about how she manifested money in steps, like her wealth in steps, and however much money per month that she wanted to manifest, it would be like, her starting thing was $3,000 a month she needed to live on. Okay, then you bump it up a little bit. Okay, like what feels like I can get behind this number that I make per month. If it's like, if you're going too high, like it might feel like a lie to you, and you might feel that resistance within. So can you like break it into steps? Like it just depends on the subject for you. And like, for example, for me, health comes really easily and naturally to me. I just assume that I'm healthy. I never get sick. I adopted that belief when I went vegan like 4 years ago, and vegan does not necessarily equal healthy, and I don't necessarily only eat strictly healthy vegan foods either, but I just have this assumption, this natural assumption. I'm vegan, I'm healthy. Like it just felt like easy for me to adopt that belief, and I never get sick. So it's just like that. Like for me, health is really, really easy. For somebody else, who they might get sick all the time, and saying they never get sick might feel like a lie. So they might say, I rarely get sick, or whatever. Like you would break it into something that is believable for you. And with the timeline thing, I'm just saying, like if your end is feels like it's out of reach for you, and you really just have a lot of resistance, and you're not able to embody the end version of you who already has it because it feels like a lie, then maybe break it into steps. It's just a suggestion. As well, if you're in complete desperation about this thing, like I need it to come now. I need it to come now. Like I need this thing now. Like it's just taking so long. Like this stuff doesn't work. You may want to take a step back from this particular thing that you are putting so much energy, and you've got it on this pedestal, and you're putting so much of your well-being into this thing. Everything is just energy. Nothing is better or less or higher or lower or bigger or smaller than anything else. Everything is made up of the same stuff. So if you have all of this negative energy in relation to something that you're trying to manifest that you don't see any evidence for, and you're feeling really desperate about that, you may want to shift for a moment and just take a step back. Like, okay, I'm going to take a week and I'm going to focus on me, and really focus on things that you feel grateful for. Just raising your state of being up, raising your vibration up. Step into like whatever you can make yourself feel good about. Like go back in the last 3 months, like how have I manifested it? Like what have you accomplished in the last 3 months? Like even the small things, like, oh, I see all these synchronicities now that I'm learning about manifestation. I see all of these synchronicities. Whatever it is, like what are some things that you can be grateful for? Can you see evidence of things that you have improved in? Is there an area of life that you can focus on manifesting, other than this one that's making you feel so desperate and needy? Because you need to really let go of the desperation and the neediness, because that is a lack energy, and you're just energetically repelling the thing that you want, because you're living in the end of not having it, and you're stepping into it again and again of not having it. So either shift it to breaking it down into steps, focusing on your self-concept, taking a break, and then when you come back to it, like do some meditations along the way to shift your mindset and your beliefs around whatever that thing is that you're trying to manifest, because you really just don't want to go at it with a desperate energy. Like if it's making you feel really, really bad, then let's revisit this when we can come at it from a new state of being. So ultimately, what to do when you see no evidence and there's a time lag is to take a deep breath. Remember, you are worthy of your desires. If you have that desire, you're meant to have it. It already exists. It already exists. It's already yours. There's a reality somewhere. There's a version of you who already has that desire. It's no big deal. It's natural. It's second nature. It's yours. It's easy. One thing that I like to say, if doubt thoughts come up, or, if I'm feeling lack of any type, God's got me. God's got me. God's got me. Just really just let go of the heaviness. Let's give that to God. God's got me. God's got me. He'll take care of that. Or they, or he, or she, whatever. Okay, that's all I have for today. This video is longer than I thought. If you're still here, I really appreciate you. Please leave me a comment, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.